So why we are writing the roles? So that is the most requirement. So suppose suppose here we are having the 4 servers. Okay, 4 server: server A, server B, server C, server D, and now so we have the 3 tasks. Okay, so our requirement is so now our requirement is for server A and server C we need to install and configure Apache, and for server D we need to install and configure net backup software, and for server B we need to create a file system. So how can we do those things? Tell me. If we are writing the playbooks, okay, let me clarify it. If we are writing the playbook, you need to write the 3 playbook. Okay, and 1 minute here I will make some changes. So if we are writing the 3 playbook, so for one playbook, server A and server C. So for one playbook is install the Apache, for other playbook is install the net backup, and for other playbook for install the file systems. Okay, so now for server A there is a 2 requirement. Okay, to install the Apache and to install the net backup. So if we are writing the 3 separate playbook, then we cannot merge it in Apache and net backup, because if we make it for server A to install the Apache and to install the net backup, so server C has not requirement to install the net backup, so we cannot give it in one playbook. Okay, these 2 things, Apache and net backup. So it will be not good idea to write a separate playbook. Instead of that, we can do one thing. We can prepare 3 different roles, standalone roles, and then after that we can call the roles in a playbook and then doing that. Suppose we are having install and configure the Apache in one role, and for another role we can have the installations of net backup and creating a file system for another role. So 3 roles, if 3 roles is there, so we can call it inside the playbook. That will be better idea. Okay, so it will very easy for handling the hundreds to hundreds of servers. Okay, because every servers having the different requirements. So if we are having the role prepared for singles, I mean for separately, so the from the then from the playbook we can call them, okay, separately. So that's why we are using role.
So if I get your point clear, right?
If you,
Hello?
yeah, tell me.
If your point is clear to me, is that if you have to perform a variety of tasks on different servers, right?
Yeah,
Which, yeah, on different servers which do not require the same, which don't have the same requirement, right?
yeah,
In that situation, you have to use roles.
yeah. In that situation, you have to use role.
Okay.
Because suppose you have written a playbook to install the app. You have the two, three. If you are writing to install the Apache and as well as install the net backup in a one playbook, if you write that, then what it will do for server A, it will be fine because server A is a common. You have the requirements for installing Apache and installing network, but server C have not requirement to install the net backup. If you can see the picture, okay, server C does not have the requirement to install the net backup. So why we will install the net backup in servers? There is no requirement. So if you are having role, then for server A and C, you can call the role Apache, and for server A, D, and B, you can call the role net backup. So that will be more fine and simple. Okay, that's why we are using role. So when the dealing with extensive playbook, it is easier to split the task into a role. It will simply splitting the task. Okay, you are having the different tasks. If you are creating a role, it will enter into that, split the task. And this also helps in reusing the roles. You can reuse it. So suppose today you are writing the playbook for that, and in the another day you have a requirement of different, and you are writing the role, you are writing the playbook with the same task. Okay, so you are rewriting that thing. To avoid that thing, if you are having the role, you can reuse it. You can call anytime. It will do the same task. Roles are the collections of tasks which can be moved from one playbook to another playbook. You can call the role in the to different playbook as well, and can be run independently, but only through the playbook file. Okay, inside the playbook file, it can be called. So there's a structure. So roles are having structure. Like when you are writing the role, suppose our role name is role 1, so the tree will be like that. It will have some default folder, handlers folder, meta, task, tests, and vars. So what default means? Inside the default, the main.yml is there, so you can define any variables inside that. Okay, default value, whatever static value you can enter, all the things you can enter inside the main.yml. Handlers, suppose you have make some changes inside the ntp configuration file or http configuration file. So http or ntp need to restart, right? So for restarting that, we can call handler. We can define the handler that restart http, and we can call the handler inside the playbook. And meta will be the informations about the hardware informations it will define. It's metadata level, server level information or Ansible information it will define into that. It will not uses in the playbook, so just for information. And task, the main program, I mean under the task main.yml is there, so the main program will start from here. Suppose you have written a playbook and the playbook main program will be executed from the first, but in case of role the program will start from here inside the task main.yml. Whatever you are defining, that will start from here. Okay, you can call the variables and handlers, all the things from here in the task sections main.yml. And then test is a nothing, it's just showing if you are having any manual inventory, you can define under that. That is not in the structure of roles, so you can avoid that tests. So vars means the variable. So under the main.yml, whatever variable you are defining, it should define here. Suppose you are using http port, some dynamic variables you can have, so that should be defined under main.yml. So it will be very clear whenever I will write a role for you and then will show you. Okay, so let me download a role. It will just give the some basic information about role. You can go through that. Now I will come to the Ansible Galaxy. It's a actually Galaxy is a big chapter. Okay, so I'm not going to cover all the things because we are in the basic level. So if you are having the advanced level, Galaxy is a one-day lecture also. Okay, so Galaxy we are basically using for to share the roles, to working with the roles actually. So users can share the roles and to a command line tool for installing, creating and managing roles. It's a basically managing roles. So now here I am using Galaxy to download any role from internet, role structure. Okay, and then I will put the values. You know the template, right? So like template we are downloading the roles. So suppose we are having a role to install the any software, so we can download here. I will show you. Okay, so in the inside the Ansible configuration file, the role location is etc Ansible roles. This one. So nothing is there. So I will download a template of roles from Ansible Galaxy. Ansible. Anything you can write. So
Daniel, call your mom for me.
just 1 minute. Suppose I am giving role 1. So now under that role state, role 1 has created. Okay.
I said you'll get chance to start meetings. Or? Okay. Okay.
I'll show you the structure. Let me install the tree package, then I can show you the structure. Now I have created the role 1. Okay, under that this directories has created. So now I will write a task. So main program will start from here. Okay, so here if you go through that cd task main.yml task file for role 1. So main program we can start from here. So suppose we are writing how many tasks name creating a file inside and give also path. Let me write and then I will clear it. So here, what a task will do, it will just create a file /temp file, okay, and content means whatever here variable should be defined like that inside a double bracket. Then you have defined the cont, and which cont is defined under vars here, okay. So vars, under the vars main.yml, so cont I have defined here. So the file content should be in input of file one, that one, okay. So that's why we are using the variable here. So it's a very structured format. So you need not to define anything inside the task main.yml. Like what if I am writing the playbook, so you have to define inside the playbook all the things. But in case of role, it's a very structured way. Suppose you are restarting any service or calling any services like httpd, you can define it under the handler sections. And if you are copying any file, suppose you are having a file, uh, here you are having the file and you want to push it to the destination server, okay. So you can keep it under the file sections here, okay. And then you can call or you can write a task inside the task main.yml here. And suppose you are having restarting any services, you can have the handlers here, you can define the handlers here and call the handlers from here. From task sections we need to call the others, okay. Templates, suppose you are having any templates, Jinja 2 templates or like that. Jinja 2 templates I will cover in the next lecture, so you can have the more good idea on that. So if you are calling the Jinja 2 template, you need to define here and then you need to call from here inside the task sections. All the things you will call from the task sections, okay. So now I will going to run a playbook, okay. Call that role one and we'll execute that thing. I will copy just that section, okay. So vi playbook role.yml, right. Okay, copy it. Now that should be defined like that. Syntax is correct.
What is the access name?
Yep. I never charge my phone.
The access name.
Which access number is that?
Access number, no. Well, I'll dial and then I'll use them.
You just dial and go inside 7273 star 72 star. I don't know. I think it will tell you to start and say 7273 pound. 7273 pound. Star 5.
Now I'm going to execute the playbook. What playbook will do? It will call simply roll one from there, and it will execute all the things. Suppose we are having a thousands of role. We need to define just role. Call the role from here. Okay. One minute. Just we need to give all the permissions here. One minute. Sorry. Sit. Oh, it's taking path. I have defined a destinations. Okay. Fine. One minute. Whenever you are stucking any parameter related issue, you can just open the docs Ansible and you can get reference from there. Okay, because there's a thousands of modules, and under that the many modes, arguments and parameters are there. So you can find all the things from here, and also you can find the examples. Here they're using path. Oh, Ansible user is not there. There's a cloud user, right? That's why it's got so. So actually, I have entered the Ansible group. Okay, inside that. So Ansible is not there. Cloud user is there. Okay.
Okay.
Here. Here cloud user should be there. I have mentioned Ansible. That way group ownership error I'm getting. Okay. So now it says run successfully. Now I need to verify. Verify from, again it's got timeout. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Increase the timeout. It's not working. Now file has created, right? This one. So now I want to do the content. Content has not came. If I make it in file, Okay, contain is not a parameter here. Okay, I thought that is a parameter. So it is not a parameter. So finally, you all, understood how to write a roles and how to implement on that. To defining the role main.yml task, it will start the execution from task main.yml, and then you can call all the things from here, right? So have you clear on that? If you are having any queries, please ask me. It will be more clear if we do 2 or 3 exercise on that. Have you any?
Yes, Paul. Yeah, normally I will learn better and more when I'm going to do the assignments. Actually, do the labs by myself.
Exactly. If you do the assignments, then it will be very more clear on that, because all the things are practical. So theoretical things are there just to understand, and after that you need to practice it. So here you can write your own roles. Okay, installing net backup software and extending the LVM. Extending the LVM, I will show you, because you have you extended the LVM in the Linux system?
No.
Okay, that is a completely administration part. Have to automate in the administrations. So not an issue. So change the password authentication parameter inside SSHD config file, and restarting the SSHD, HTTPD, NTPD, all the things. Okay. So you can write the rules to install the net backup software, or you can download any software like Java. Okay. Here Java is available in this repo. I need to check. Let me check. Yeah, Java package is available, I think. So you can write a role to install the Java package.
Okay.
So here we again look into the variable part. Okay. Precedence order. So whatever variables we are running from the command line, from the ad hoc command, or while running the playbook, whatever if we are defining the variable there, so that will take always higher precedence than others. Okay. So roles default, whatever variable you are defining under the role will be least precedence, and after that inventory, and then playbook, and then host facts, and then play, and then other one like that, block, task, extra variables means that you are the variable when you are passing the variable you are passing while running the playbook or running the ad hoc commands. Okay, first of all you set up your environment properly, and then go through the first day one assignment. Okay, day one assignment is that.
Cool. So we're 9 o'clock. Shit.
That one, install the Visual Studio package, take the host name of the servers, delete a file from a servers, create a directory in the destination servers, uninstall the cronny package from a servers, let's create a file system in the servers. Do the write the ad hoc command on that, and then you can have exercise playbook on playbook. These ones, okay, and then we will discuss all the things. Okay, so for extending LVM, I will show you the concept. Okay, when to write the rules the next day, and then we will proceed with the next. So see, here we have covered day 1 and day 2, and we will discuss the exercise on that. Okay, and day 3 will be the Jinja 2 template. That will be mainly basically we are using for conditional things. I mean, for looping. For we are in the bash shell script, we are using the loop. Okay, so in case of Jinja 2, we will be doing the same things. Okay, for Jinja 2 template, it will be very interesting. And then integration with Visual Studio, and then Ansible with Git. I mean, however, Git operations, basic things I will show you. Okay, you complete the exercise and then we'll discuss other things. So as of today, that will be fine, I think. So
Okay.